Hey, welcome again to the Angel Channel, your weekly soul spa. And I'm a little giddy with excitement tonight. I've got a good friend of mine on tonight. It's going to be kind of a special edition. We're going to do some little bit different things tonight. My good friend Grace Grella is on with us, an amazing medium and metaphysical mentor. And I'm already just kind of blown away. Like, she did a little reading for me with my brother, like right before the show came on. I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, anybody out there? Right, well, let me say hey to everybody. Yeah, hey Nance, don't freeze. Arnie, good to see you, man. Inga Combs, what up? Mr. Zen. Hey Edward, how are you, man? How's it out there where you're living? So if anybody has questions or something they'd like to ask Grace, please give me a comment in the chat, and we'll hook you up with her. I've seen her do some amazing. She does a show with Michael Zen, I think once a month, called the Grace Grella Show, and they actually have a really nice call-in scenario set up there. But I've seen her bust out readings just from the chat that kind of blew me away. So really happy to have her with us. I want to just start by thanking our sponsor. Wow, here we go, man. I'm always such a klutz with this thing. I want to thank my friends at friedokra.tv, my friend Ernie Mosteller. He just, he's always been there with the support to keep the channel going, and mucho love and thanks, and appreciate the support, man. Awesome. Thank you. So a couple of really cool things have happened. The last week was pretty amazing. I had a deadline for the Audubon National Audubon Society project called the Birdsong Thing, and I'm doing a video for that. And I wound up finishing that, turned it in. They loved it. There were over 1,500 light paintings in that video, and it turned out just amazing. And I'm very excited to have the woman that heads up that project for them is going to be on next week. And my friend Rick Midler, who's a super talented artist, friend of the show. He's been on a number of times. He was the person that originally connected with Becky, and they got together, and he did an amazing video as well. So we're going to have a Birdsong Fest next week, and get to release this crazy video. I had been working on it just nonstop, man. That's like, if you figure they're 8 frames per second and it's a 2.5 minute video, that's a lot of seconds, and that's a lot of frames. And it's one of those projects that about halfway through I was like, what in the world did I do? I've got to like punt and figure something out. But I muscled through, got over the hump, and it turned out like it's one of those rare projects that I just can't find anything I want to change on, man. It doesn't really. I've been in the arts and doing stuff for projects for 50 years, and like I can count the number of times on 2 hands that I'm going, wow, that's perfect, man. Don't ever change anything. So it's been a super satisfying project all the way around. And astrologically, I like sent it off. I turned it in on the full moon last week in Leo, which is about woohoo, yeah. And that, Mr. Numerology, I always see messages and pretty much most number combinations. But the date for that day was 2/12, 2025. So if you look at the number 212, to me, what that instantly means is the boiling point of water, where water becomes steam. So it was a good moment to cruise it off. And I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but Mars went direct on the 5th of February. So like about a couple weeks now. And man, I've just seen such a distinct difference in things being able to move forward and like to get completed. I've had this new energy just to be motoring through stuff. I'm like starting on the book project again tomorrow. And it's just been kind of this flow that I've really been enjoying a lot. So yeah, I hope you're experiencing that as well. So I've met so many cool people through Michael Zen and his connections and our connection together. And Grace is one of those people that I met through him. And it's just been kind of it was kind of a crazy meetup. I wound up she bought some decks, and I wound up doing a really in-depth reading for her. I did the whole tarot thing, and we were just connecting up on every level. And then I pulled an angel card for her, and you know how sometimes those angel cards are just like ridiculous. And as we were going through the lines of the angel card, it was like the exact, like, oh my God, that's the Five of Swords. Oh man, that's the Magician. And it kind of like did the whole like reading and confirmation. And after that, I really got to talk to her at length. Like we connected up, you know, me and my numerology stuff. Well, I learned this system from an author named Faith Javane and Dusty Bunker. They wrote Numerology and the Divine Triangle. And I memorized those meanings like long time ago. That's one of my first shticks. And they have just always served me really well and stuck with me. And I started like quote, and she was all in that same book. And we just found so many layers of connection that it was just one of those rare meetings. I've really felt grateful and happy for my connection with her. Grace is an amazing medium and psychic, and you know, that's the thing that she kind of really puts out there a lot. But she's also like really kind of well-rounded metaphysically, like astrology and numerology and those things. So I'm looking forward to asking her about some of those things tonight. And you guys out there, man, if you have questions, absolutely serve them up. Oh, and Nancy, my cousin Nancy, Grace did a reading for me right before the show started. Yeah. Grace, here we go. So this is my cousin Nancy, and she misses Brad too. So she did a reading for me, and maybe you can do a little continuation with Nance before we go. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to shut the hell up and bring on my good friend, the amazing Grace Grella.
Yay! Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you. It's so exciting to be here with you tonight. I'm very
really
grateful.
honored. Thank you very much. I've been looking very forward to this. Everybody's like, "What are you grinning about?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, Grace is coming on, man."
Yeah.
So yeah, excellent. So how's Grace Grella's world? What are you up to? You've got new shows coming up. What are you doing?
Well, right, and the Grace Grella show's on hiatus right now. So because I've got some self-care that I'm taking care of. But all is well, all is good. I don't want anybody worrying. But you know, there's a girl has to take time to powder her nose from time to time. You know what I mean? So it's so just taking care of me, which I'm always taking care of everybody else.
No, I was just gonna say that, man. It's long overdue, my darling.
Yeah, so I'm checking off all the boxes, going for this doctor, this checkup, that checkup, 8x10 glossies, you know. And yeah, so I'm good. I feel good. I'm blessed. I know you. I know Michael Zinn, and I tell everybody about you guys. I said my amigos, and how talented you both are, and I refer you both out all the time. And Arnie, we don't want to forget Arnie. He's brilliant too. And so it's like this newfound tribe. It's like Michael Zinn was the karmic social director there and brought us all together. So
well, Zen has that ability to reach out and connect with people. I mean, he made that connection with me. I didn't do that reach. I'm the hermit, man. I never do that.
Yeah. Well,
and he was able to get through my little shell and bring me right in.
Well, because he's one of the earth angels, and you're in touch with all the angels, and you're an earth angel. So it makes so much sense to me, honey, that you two hooked up, and somehow I was blessed to be allowed into the group there. So but it's always my pleasure and privilege to be on your show, to do anything with Michael Zinn. He's just the best. And I'm just looking forward. Oh, and I'm looking forward to seeing Arnie. We're both going to be working at Empowered Path Expos on Sunday, February 23rd. Yeah. So Arnie, I'll get to see him in person. Woohoo! Happy day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Arnie's a badass deck creator too.
Yeah, he's got some nice cards, and he plays with the full deck. Bada boom. So it's really fabulous. And you know how I love your angel deck. In fact, I still have people begging me, like they think that if I contact you, you'll send them the angel deck faster. And I laughed. I said, no, I don't have that kind of juice. I don't have that kind of pull. You've got to talk to him directly. But so hopefully that's going to get moving and grooving for you soon. I hope so. And Michael's saying, I love you guys so much. We love you too. And Nancy agrees with me. Brian is an angel. Yep. So it's about your breathtakingly beautiful light work. I mean, talk about a double entendre there. The light work, be in the light work, light angels, you're the angel. It's like, oh, I get so confused.
Okay. I gotta show you the new batch from the show.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on.
All right.
Here we go. These are crazy.
Ooh, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Wow, the energy is palpable. How do you stay grounded when you're creating these?
I don't stay grounded.
Oh, okay. So you're floating on the top of the ceiling and
oh, yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
Michelangelo did the ceiling on the Sistine Chapel. That's what you're doing? Okay.
Yeah, I so love this. I've been channeling since I channeled the angels for the deck to create the deck, which is going on like 10 years ago now. It's just really easy to connect. And I enjoy that connection so much that I really foster it.
Oh, Brian, these are beautiful. And if people want to purchase prints of these, we can?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, at the top of the chat, I included my Fine Art America page, and
there's a link. I could just click on the link
right at the top of the page. Yeah, and it'll take you to my page. And if you don't see something that you like there, you can always contact me, and it's super easy to load it up. And that's really the fine art thing. Like, you can get stuff on all kinds of really nice paper, but you can also do metal and plexi. And then the background, like my background here, is one of the tapestries, and I really dig the tapestries a lot.
Brian, it's breathtaking. It's breathtakingly beautiful.
Thank you very much. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt the flow. It seemed like a good place.
Wow. It's like, wow. And you know what else is wow? The way your energy work when you do the energetic with the bowl, and you get everybody going to lift you up, and you bring yourself a few notches. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's something I've really enjoyed about this show is there's so many really good talk shows out there, but I hadn't really run across many that were actually doing every week energy practice, and those groundings and the energy gatherings. Like, if you don't take it any farther, just doing those, like getting control of your own personal energy, man, I mean,
Yeah.
you can heal yourself, you can do all kinds of stuff with that energy.
Exactly. Brian, it's like a lifesaver. And what's brilliant is people can always catch the recorded version. That's what I do. I go back and I listen to it again just to get back into that level, into that space energy that you provide.
Well, that crazy grounding where you go through 4 layers, all
Yeah.
4 bands of your energy, it takes a little time to do, but that's really good that we've got a bunch of versions of that recorded, in previous recordings,
Yeah.
so.
That's true. Your cousin Nancy says it helps to reset yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
It does. It does.
So, I'd love to know a little bit about your metaphysical journey and how you got started. And, I know you're really well known for your medium stuff, but like you got into a lot of other currents too. I'd love any of those. I'd love for you to.
Yeah. Well, because I've always been interested, because since I had the 3 near-death experiences at the age of 7. So I had, at the age of 7, I had contracted osteomyelitis, which is a disease of the bone marrow. The karmic pony ride, I call it. I got kicked in the shin by a pony that did not want to be ridden one more time around the ring. And that trauma created released the situation. So that one year I lived in the hospital. I had 3 major operations. They lost me on the operating table for different lengths of time.
Do you have any memory of that?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. So like it happened yesterday. It's wild. So in fact I have memory.
I meant of like when you were passed. Did you have an out of body experience with that?
Oh yeah. I had the out of body experience. I did the tunnel. It was everything that everybody, so many people share with. Okay, I went through the tunnel, and then I entered into this. For me, it was a scene. My scene from nature was a meadow with wildflowers, and there was this beautiful waterfall, and the colors were so vibrant, like nothing here on earth. I mean, they're kind of like your light paintings, like where it's indescribable.
Yeah, those astral colors.
Yeah. And you get to see all your family that have passed over. And then I had the one time I had my connection and my conversation with God. And then it was, which I didn't really, wasn't happy about, because he was telling me, well, you can't stay, you got to go back. I said, what do you mean? This is like taking a kid to Disney World and saying, no, you can't go into the theme park.
Why
You gotta
not
go
going?
I was like, what? So, but you realize when you're unencumbered by the physical and the material, and you're over there, and it's just love. It's everything. The Beatles had that right. Love, love, love is all you need. And you resonate, and you have,
the light is unbelievable.
Yes. And you have that clear cognizance. You just know. It's like, oh wow, we are all one. We are the world, and we can go into all the euphemisms and everything, but it's true. We're all connected. We don't have to be Italian, bada bump. And it's so wonderful. It's like quantum physics, the strings theory. Scientifically, we're all connected, right? We're all, don't mean to think, if you ain't got that string, do-up. So it's so life affirming to have a near-death experience. It just really is, because you really recognize and appreciate what a gift it is to be here, even with all the trials and the lessons.
You kept that connection though, coming back. Like you came back, you were changed. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And it kept, even through the trials and tribulations of going to parochial school, Sister Mary Margaret didn't think this was such a great gift, and
Hey, we need to do.
I tried to explain it was non-refundable.
We need to do some comparison on that, man. I got my own nun stories for sure.
Yeah, but but I think there were some enlightened teachers that I had that recognized that the prophets foretold things, and my head wasn't spinning around. I wasn't spitting out pea soup like Linda Blair in The Exorcist. So it was
always a good thing.
And I would always make the joke, I'm a good witch, so it's all about, even JC said, judge me by what I do, my work. Am I not doing my Father's work? Am I not giving out love? Am I not uplifting people? Am I, giving them the information and the love that they just need to get through a rough spot, or to recognize, oh, you didn't lose them. They're just not around physically. So I would say to people who were really having difficulty and issues going through the grieving process, pretend they're on vacation. Pretend they went to Europe and you're communicating with them via, the internet. But the internet is your intuitive awareness and being on that frequency. As Tesla told us, you want to understand the universe, it's frequency, vibration, and energy, right? And he was a brilliant Aquarian like you, Brian.
That's it. That's all there is, actually.
Yeah. So it's like, raise your energy vibrations, which that's why I love your energy work, because you do that. You assist us with that. And getting rid of the everyday issues that maybe are distracting us, and getting the right chord. And it's so brilliant that you're a musician. All musicians are brilliant. I'm sorry, you guys are just all brilliant. You're all on the frequency. You all get it, and it's just a lovely thing. But what's ironic is in astrology, I'm a 29 degrees Aries sun in the 8th house of Scorpio. So I'm a Scorpio wannabe is what that really means. But the 29, there's only 30 degrees in each sign, right?
Right.
And the 29th is a very pivotal.
Right on the edge. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you look it up in, if you look it up, what it means in the author, it just escaped me. If I don't think about it, it'll pop in my head. It means music of the spheres. Carl Jung. I can't remember the author. What's going to happen after we finish this show? I'm going to have to text you.
Let's keep going. It'll come back.
Yeah, it'll come back, little Shiba. Okay,
so, all the time.
Yeah. So, but what it really means. That's why I'm always into music, lyrics, the melody, the music, and I love that they've done so many studies where the classical musicians, Bach, Beethoven, that it stimulates intelligence growth in children. I'm like, I could have told you that. You have music going, it soothes the mind and the energy, so you could become a sponge and absorb all the knowledge and information.
Music so transcends the intellect. It goes right to your energy. Yes. And that's why songs have those effects. That's why I have this extensive list of my playlist to practice to. Like I need some certain kind of energy. I can put that song on and the chorus hits and like instantaneous, boom, it's great. And it super bypasses all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Your brother's applauding you, by the way, in my head. Your brother's going, Led Zeppelin, baby, Led Zeppelin. But it's what's lovely is you get it. You're a musician. You understand that these energetic chords and frequencies and vibrations go to the soul. That's why music is so healing. And because it reverberates throughout the whole universe.
I've been doing a lot of my friend Leah and I have been doing a bunch of yoga classes combined with me doing a sound bath. And
Wonderful.
oh man, we did a thing at a studio on Friday, a brand new yoga studio, and it just sounded amazing. And I have broken bones and dislocated my hip, and like I've lived some life, and I've noticed. And I was really kind of blown away that, especially with bone stuff, and I started doing some research into this. I get this, but especially with bone stuff, like doing those sound baths all the time, like we've been doing, like it's significant healing. Like my hip was like, I dislocated my hip on a shoot one day, and it never really like healed right again. And when it would rain, it would just ache, and it was like that way for years. And we started doing the sound baths, and I noticed about a month, 2 months into it, like all that pain is gone. Like I used to wake up in the middle of the night screaming because I needed to roll over and it hurt so bad. I'm like, oh, and all of that's gone. And that was specifically because of the bowls. The crystal bowls, the cool thing about those is that they resonate, even the higher notes, they resonate at a frequency that resonates inside your bones first. And they don't really come from the ears in, it comes from the bones out. And I think that's why that's been so successful for me.
And have you tried tuning forks as well to amplify it?
I like the tuning forks pretty well, but my style of playing bowls is a little different. I do lots of different patterns and kind of play melodies with them rather than just.
Well, I think you're calling on another lifetime, because this isn't your first gig with healing with music.
No, yeah,
and sound. I think you've done this through a few lifetimes, Brian.
Yeah.
And so. As you're saying this, all I could see in my head was in Star Trek with Bones, the doctor Bones, and he would take the wand and just go up and down, and the sound or the hum of that would heal them. That's basically what you're saying. It's like, wow, this is awesome. You can assist other people. They don't have to. It could even help people with maybe tears. They don't have to have a broken bone, maybe just like a tear or a fracture, and that could assist the body in accelerating the healing process. It sounds like that's what you did to yourself.
It's exactly what happened. And I've had good success with healing stuff, but like usually that's when I'm focused on somebody and the intent and like all of that energy was going there. But I didn't focus any of that energy on me. It was just being in the middle of it and like, just like I'd leave after that on Friday. I was levitating off the floor. It just was so good.
Wow.
And it sounded amazing in there. And you know how when the bowls are in a really great place that resonates well, the ring will just go on for
when the acoustics. I know when the acoustics are just right.
Oh man, that was just and Leah's an amazing yoga teacher, and she has everybody flowing with the yoga flow, and then my sound bath, because we've been doing it long enough together that I can we feel each other's waves, and I know how to like complement the yoga thing that she's doing and open up the chakra that's related to that.
So you both kind of heal in tandem with each other.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. We had that connection from the moment. She's an old soul with me.
Yeah.
And
you guys should offer this through the internet too, because I would attend that class. You know what I mean? If
that's something to think about.
Michael Zinn, talk to Michael Zinn about that. If you set up a laptop, or he's my media wizard, Michael Zinn. He's the go-to guy. Michael, is this possible?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That could be really cool.
Yeah.
The whole sound thing is just kind of miraculous. You're absolutely right, and it heals on so many levels, and there's so
Yeah.
many different flavors. Like there's a frequency for everything.
Absolutely. There is, but there is, Brian. You got healing work to do, brother. You got
I'm working on it, baby.
come on, baby. Not that you have to pitch the revival tent, but there's some healing you need to be doing here for everybody. Yep.
I've been like a preacher about this source.
Are you going to do the bowl energy tonight? I hope.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely. Yeah. As a matter of fact, we should probably do that, and let me do the card. I'm not going to do my readings tonight, but I want to go ahead and do the card for this week. And then we'll get into some questions from the audience if you're up for that.
You're the boss, babe. Whatever you want me to do, I'm up. I'm here. I'm here.
All right. We're going to create some sacred space. I love this connection. I feel like the spoke of a wheel or the hub of the wheel, and it's like it creates this energetic circle that everybody's connected to with spokes and man, and being able to reach out through those connections. I was talking to somebody about that today. It was a really kind of unexpected effect of this show, that was not something I had really done that much of, especially energetically over the internet. Well, it's not actually over the internet, but making that energetic connection where people are really connected and being able to affect that through those connections. Man, what amazing practice. And I've gotten so much just during the course of the show. It's like I've figured out so many layers to be able to use that. And that's been helping with doing healings and stuff long term too. So, all right. With the absolutely radiant, brilliant light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. With the radiant light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. With the light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. Angel's very loud tonight, Grace.
Well, that's because you and I are amplifiers.
Oh my goodness. Everybody's happy. It's like a party. Grace is here. We come together to create our circle, our energetic safe space, our sanctuary, a place of safety. We ask that the angels be with us this evening, share their love, their wish for our connection to the source, and their truth and wisdom. And we ask for our ears to hear, eyes to see, and the wisdom to understand. And with absolute gratitude for all of it, every bit of it, infinite, unconditional love, and our wish for bliss to the source, we open our circle. All right. Let's do 3 really quick cleansing breaths, and then I'll read the card. All right. So on the inhale, I want you to just imagine you're taking in through your nose, just bright, brilliant, bright white light energy. Okay. And when you exhale, Anything dark and used and old goes out. When you inhale, use your solar plexus, come in through your nose and fill yourself up to the max. Like when you think you've like reached the, okay, I'm full, pull in a little more. Okay. And when you push out with some effort. So it's like, and when you get to the end and it feels like you're out of breath, you still have a little in there, give it a little extra push. All right. We're going to do 3 of those. All right. Here we go. Inhale in through the nose, solar plexus. Fill it up deep. Back a little more. Exhale with force. Push it out. Inhale. White light fills you up. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Really pack it in and give a good push. Exhale. All right, excellent. All right, so the all right, angel of the week. Let me get rid of this. There we go. You know, Zen's so much better at this, Grace. Number 61. This is our 61st show. It's kind of hard to believe. Wow. Angel of affinity and friendship. Angel UMABEL. UMABEL. Yeah. Your inner skeptic is working overtime. Communicating your ideas to others can be problematic. Your skeptic creates doubt and pessimism, fragmenting your thinking. Decisions can become difficult. Confusion reigns. Memories of defeat and conflict and loss play back through your mind, even as you're trying to connect. When the battle has been lost and the weight bears down hard, it results in weakness and a sense of humiliation. Take a look at your thinking. Learn to still your thoughts and calm your fears and do some jitsu. Your thoughts are programmed by society's expectations. Man, I can't tell you how many people I talked to about that this week. Are your thoughts so rigid that there is no room for other opinions? One person's perception of defeat is another person's perception of success. Change your perspective, change the world. Accept input from others without letting it destroy your own perspective. Accept input from others without letting it destroy your own perspective. Look at all the possibilities and reject none. All right. So my cousin Nancy is out in the audience, and she was super close to my brother Brad as well. Is he still hanging about? I'd love to.
He's still here.
Well, tell him that Nancy's here, and she'd love to hear from him.
Well, Nancy, he's calling you Nancy Drew. So were you always spying on him? Nancy Drew was a little bit of a detective energy. So he's teasing you. He's saying it with love. It's like you were the one in the know. You always knew what everybody was up to or what everybody was doing. And he said something about he used to love the way your sense of style, he calls it, like the way you dress, the way you put outfits together. Did he used to tease you about this? Because he keeps showing me this pleated skirt. Did you ever wear like a pleated skirt with a white collared shirt. Almost looks like a Catholic school uniform to me. So I don't know if you went to Catholic school and he used to tease you about the uniform, or you wore something like that. And he says, "Oh, what are you going to go to Catholic school now, or something?" Or I don't know. He's making light. He's trying to get you to lighten up. He says, in the past 2 months, you've been too sad or withdrawn or to yourself, and he's trying to get you to laugh a little bit more, to lighten up a little bit more. And he also, now, Nancy, do you have 2 children?
No,
Do you have animals that you consider like your kids?
I'm not sure about that one.
Are you one of 2 children, Nancy? He keeps talking about
Yes.
you're one of 2 children. Okay, because he keeps talking about the 2 children. But you were like his favorite,
They
or
were really, really tight. Yeah.
yeah. He's like you with Darla. For the Little Rascals, you were his Darla, you know? Did you used to sing with him when he played the keyboards? Did you ever sing, or
No, we lived a pretty good distance from, like, we lived in Atlanta and they live up in Missouri. So we would go and
when
visit.
you guys got together, though, whether it's a holiday or a visit or something like that, something to do with singing, you and him singing. Oh, the pleat. Well, he loved your pleated skirts. My sister has the 2 children. Okay. I don't know what he's going on about the 2 kids. Maybe that, he and Brian were the 2 kids. But anyway, there's something to do with you need a vacation, he's saying. Or did you ask him, did you want to go to Mexico?
We didn't really, we didn't know. She didn't really know where he was in Mexico.
Well, he's singing James Taylor singing, "Oh, Mexico sounds so sweet. I want to go. I think it's time to go now." And he keeps showing me Cancun. So don't think I'm crazy. You can if you want to, but he keeps saying to me that you are going to go on a vacation to Mexico, to Cancun next year. Okay, I delivered it. Just, Nancy, make a note, write it down, and remember that. And he's your cousin?
Yes.
Okay, because he calls you cuz in my head. Tell cuz.
Yes.
Yeah, tell cuz you wanted to go to Mexico. And your sister just got back from Cancun. Okay. All right. So he wants you to go to Cancun too. All right. And he's still disagreeing with you about the singing thing. Either maybe you were like humming a tune, or humming along, or singing a song. And I don't know what he's very stubborn, this dude. All right. Brad is a little stubborn. And he's saying
a little stubborn.
yeah. But he's saying, if you think back, there's something to do with a Christmas, either a Christmas carol, a Christmas song. Now I hear Mariah Carey, "All I Want for Christmas Is You." I don't know. He's going on about a holiday song with you. So I don't know. I delivered it.
Well, holidays were huge for us, and yeah.
Okay. He also said that there's something to do. You sing to the radio a lot, and you do hum. Okay. Hello. He's listening. He's tuning in. Okay. So he's letting you know that he's aware, that he's around, that he knows, you got to use your vocals. You're in fine voice. Well, use it. He's very much like his brother Brian. He said that we know that music heals. So he's a really nice guy, this dude. I like Brad.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. So Nancy, he's sending you love. He's letting you know that he's around. He sees you and hears you singing and humming. Okay. Um, and also something to do with the Camaro. Who drove a black Camaro back in the day? Nancy. So Nancy, I don't know if this was a car that you talked to him about, or um, Zoom Zoom, you liked cars, or he had a conversation with you about this. And it's funny because now he's showing me. Well, first he showed me the black Camaro, and it was a convertible, and then he showed me that talking car. What was that actor's name? I can't remember his name. There was this like car that used to talk. What was his?
Oh, the one with kind of space agey car.
Yeah. And I can't remember.
I can't remember the name of that show either.
Okay. Nancy, he's saying to me, there's gonna be a photo that you're gonna be looking at, like old photos, either that you get ancestry.com, or that you or somebody has online, or somebody shows you in person. But there's gonna be this picture of him leaning against a black Camaro. All right. So, Knight Rider, thanks, Arnie. So, thank God the Gemini was on the wavelength there. Okay. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you, Arnie. Nancy says, see, Knight Rider was the show that you watched a lot. Okay. So, Brad knows what he's doing. I'm just probably not articulating it properly. We're connecting the dots the way he wants me to, but he's getting the information through to you. So he's adamant, though, that there is going to be, he said, proof. Every picture tells a story, don't it? Rod Stewart's song. And then he shows me the picture, and it's like he's leaning up against the car, kind of like Knight Rider used to do when he, look at me, I'm so good looking, one of those things. And you're going to find this photo. Somebody's going to show you this photo. It's going to be your proof positive, Nancy. Because let me tell you, sweetheart, I always ask them in my own head when they're talking to me, like, come on, you got to give me something that I couldn't Google, I couldn't look up, I couldn't make it up. Vegas wouldn't put odds on it. And that's what he gave me for your validation from him, that you're going to come across this photo, him leaning against a black Camaro.
Nancy does genealogy stuff. Like, she's really deep in it. So she's got all these family photos and like all this stuff.
Okay.
And I keep getting the impression that it'll be in the middle of all of that stuff.
Yes, Brian, absolutely. Oh, this is so much fun. Talking to your brother, you're on the wavelength, and it's like, oh yeah, I see what he's showing you. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Brian, for the assist. So it's going to be really nice for you, Nancy, because it's going to be like a pivotal moment for you. It's like I see you getting the goosebumps, and it's like, whoa, it's like there's no way anybody would know this, and you come across this photo, and it's going to be a aha.
I love those moments. I love those moments.
I do too.
They never get old. They always get better.
Yeah, I live for those moments. So, and in fact, I'm so silly. I saved somebody was lovely enough to leave me a voicemail message. It said, Grace, you're the bomb. Oh my God. That what you said, and and it happened. And she was a teacher, and she was very everything had to be according to Hoyle, And I said, listen, Vegas wouldn't put odds on this. This is going to be your sign. Sure enough, 3 weeks later, Spirit made it happen. And then that's when I get the calls or I get the emails. Grace, you're not crazy anymore. Guess what happened? Guess what I found? Guess what I saw? So you're gonna have that joy, Nancy. So when you find that photo, email it to me, gracegrella@gmail.com, and we can laugh about it together. Okay, because I know Brad's going to make sure you see that photograph.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Does anybody else have a question or want to talk to somebody?
So I have a question for somebody, whether she asks or not. She just showed up. Linda Martin, what's up, girlfriend? Linda's husband, John, He was one of my main mentors. He was the person that taught me that Linda and John had a studio called Audacity Recording down in Hollywood, Florida. And I met them through hiring them for my stuff when I worked in ad agencies.
Did he have his own production company?
No, he had a company that produced music for commercials and shows and
Okay.
radio.
Well, he tells me he had his own company. He said it was a production company that he used to produce stuff for other people.
That's exactly right. So,
Okay.
so he's the person that taught me how to record. Like my ability to lay down music. He was the one that really mentored me in that and helped me.
And did he pass away recently?
I think it's
Within
going
the
on
last 3 years?
a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing 3 years, so I don't know if that's
It may be that already. It's like time. I'm losing a grip on time, but it wasn't that long ago. No.
Okay. Well, I'm hearing he's saying to me that it was like in the last 3 years. Now, was this a cancer related passing? Did he have cancer?
This was something that was kind of a complication from COVID. It wasn't
Well,
exactly.
I see his lungs filled up with fluid. The imagery he gives me is like his lungs filled up with fluid. Usually when I see that, the person dies from the C word, but in this case, it's not cancer, it's COVID, I guess. And but I feel that like he had trouble breathing at the end.
Yeah.
Like I see an incubation tube, like trying to help him breathe or something. Now, Linda, did you just recently have something done in his memory? A tree planted, or put something in a garden with his name on it? Or he's saying that you just recently did something for his memory. I don't know if it was for Valentine's Day or what, or his birthday, or what this was. But I keep seeing it looks like a garden, and it looks like he's saying it's his garden. He says John Lennon had strawberry fields, and Linda let me have a garden memorial or memory. So I don't know if you've done that or you were planning on doing something like that. But that's the energy I'm getting. And did you guys have this dog? Do you still have the dog? A family dog? Is that still alive?
No dogs. I don't know.
Okay. He's showing me the a Jack Russell dog, with the one eye that looks like a Petey from the Rascals. It's got this black eye. He keeps showing me this dog. So I don't know if he had this dog when he was a child, and now he's.
So she did. She's saying he did. He did. She did that today.
Oh, you just did that today for him. Oh, okay. All right, there we go. So he talk about being current. He's not letting he's not letting anything go by, babe. He's letting you know he's with you all the time. You just did that today. Okay. But now he keeps showing me this dog. And so it's like the RCA Victor with the old.
Well, that's the music part of it.
There was
a recording studio.
There was the dog sitting by part of the logo where the branding was. This dog sitting by a
gramophone,
a gramophone. Thank you, Brian. So yeah, he keeps showing me that. So something in connection with that. Did you have an award? Did he win an award, or was he given an award where that was presented to him, or he still has? You have that in a room, because he keeps showing this to me. So I don't know if he won an award or he just said, it was gifted to him, or what this is. But I see the old mega gramophone thing with the dog tilting his head, like listening to the music, to the record, the vinyl. I did a collage of some of his lyrics, unfinished song he wrote about us. Okay, he wants that published. He says somebody's going to offer you the opportunity to have that published. Somebody's going to want to do like a little documentary thing like they do on Netflix. And somebody's going to ask you to get involved with this, that they want to do this. And it's, he says, before the end of November of this calendar year, 2025, that this is going to start being put together. You'll be approached about this. And also, did he have a penchant for wearing hats? Did he like hats? You know, like a fedora or a
Well, it actually looks like Michael Zinn a little bit. Seriously.
Also, he's good looking. Michael Zinn's a good looking man. Okay, so he shows me, like, looks very dapper, you know, like this fedora, and he's got it like tilted a little bit, like, you know, he's got swagger. Now he shows me Fred Astaire dancing, top hat.
So the awards you were talking about, but like that's what the Addy Awards look like.
Oh, so he was given that. He did have that. Okay, so I'm not crazy. All right, so he's showing me all of this. But what he's excited about for you is you being a part of his legacy, he said. Oh, you're going to be rich, darling. Go on, take the money and run. He's singing that song to you. Go on, take the money and run. All right. So you are going to get it published. Sometime between now and the end of November of this year. It'll all be put together or discussed with you. And onward and upward, babe. So what is she saying no to?
Well, I stand corrected.
I have a great picture of his with a top hat on while he was playing the piano. All right, so that's why he was showing me Fred Astaire with the top hat. You know, listen, he is brilliant. He's very strong. His energy is very excited about this project, and he's not excited for him. He's very humble, his soul. And like, he's excited for you. Like, he wants you to have the accolades or the comfort, he calls it, of wow, it made an impact. It's the reverberations are for eternity now, sweetheart. So it's a beautiful thing, actually.
Well, he died really suddenly, and it was not expected. And you know, they had moved up to Jacksonville and started a new studio, and we're looking forward.
He said because he went like Houdini. Now you see me, now you don't. And he laughs. Okay. So he said, but he understands now why it had to be that way, because otherwise he wouldn't have gone, you know, like it had to be this way. So, because it's called Our Story, and it make a great first wedding dance song. Yeah, I'm telling you, girlfriend, this will all be put together sometime between now and before the end of November. All right. And I know it sounds cray now, but it won't while it's happening. And then after it happens, and then bing, it's going to dawn on you. Wait, that crazy woman Grace told me on Brian's show. Okay. So it's congratulations. That's what I want to say to you. Congratulations in advance. And I love that he's letting you know he's with you 24/7 by telling you that he saw what you did for him today. I mean, come on. How would I know that? I mean, let's get real here. So he says, you're a believer. And then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer, he says. And and he's singing The Lady in Red to you. I keep seeing you in a red dress. So I guess you're going to be wearing a red sparkly dress when you accept this additional award or accolade that's going to happen from all of this. So congratulations.
There you go. Wow, thank you so much. Yeah, Linda says she feels him.
Yeah. Well, that's why, he came across with what you were doing, and you said you just did it today. So that always is very poignant for me, because it's like, oh, all right, they're uh, making it crystal clear that he's with you, okay? Because it's a beautiful thing. It really is, the love that you two have for each other. So pleased, privileged, and excited that I was able to be the communicator, the satellite dish for you today, for tonight. Yeah, red dress, purple hat. There you go. And it's going to really be one of the bright spots in your life story, sweetheart. So congratulations. And now, I
Way
don't know
over.
what time goes. We've already exhausted the hour here, but
Yeah,
I know you have to close the circle, Brian, right? With the ball.
I do have to close the circle. I just wanted to make sure nobody else was out there. Like, this is a great opportunity. Like, yeah. All right. Everybody's being quiet. All right, Grace. Thank you. Like, beyond words. I feel really privileged to have shared space with you, and I really just can't thank you enough. And I hope you come back and do it again. And
Oh,
anytime I can lend my support to your cause, I'm always there for sure. So hit up the like, subscribe, share it, leave a comment down below if you dug it, and
this way Brian will have me back.
well, anything else before we turn it off, Grace?
Well, I'm just sending love to everybody out there who's blessed enough to be watching your show, and sending them not only love, but good energy. Everybody, I think, feels a little lighter from when the beginning of the show till now. And your energy work is just brilliant, Brian. I just can't stress that enough. And
Thank
I
you.
want to thank you for that.
Thanks very, very, very much. All right. So until next week, another heartfelt thanks to Grace, and for all of you for showing up and sharing space with us and sharing energy. And I look forward to every one of them. So until next week, we'll close it down. We joyously conclude our gathering this evening and bid everyone depart. We thank the angels for their presence. We thank the connection to our loved ones this evening. We thank them for their wisdom and their love. And with absolute gratitude, infinite unconditional love, and our wish for bliss to the source, we close our circle. Be in the light.